Like I was saying, look around your environment. Take for instance your clothes, your pots, your pans, all of those things. When we're talking about paying attention, everything is encompassed in paying attention. So when we're talking about this attention that I'm referring now to, let's look at on the general. Your pots. You got a lot of pots. Do you pay attention to all of them? Say you got a lot of shoes. Do you pay attention to all your shoes that you got? Do you pay attention to all the clothes you wear besides the 7 outfits for the week? Think about it. Those things that we don't pay attention to, they wind up building up to be energy blockages, not just in your environment, such as your household, but sometimes in your own mind. Before you could get into meditation or you could get to talk to the higher self, you would first have to provide an environment, a situation for you to be able to be at peace and at oneness for yourself, to be able to reach these higher environments. So say for instance now, you come now and you have a chaotic room, a chaotic situation, chaotic closet, chaotic floor. There's no way that energy could resonate in a harmonic of frequency, much less to give you some good energy. So you will have to clear up a lot of these blockages. So I'm putting you onto the attention blockage. This now, look at it this way. All the extra stuff that you have that you're not using anymore, that, you know, some of us actually buy them this month, throw them out next month, and rebuy them again that period of time. So we constantly in Walmart shopping or in the mall shopping, replacing the shit we just threw out. But the shit that we threw out is the same shit we just bought again. So now when you're paying attention to these things, paying attention means you have certain things you love. The clothes you wear, the pots you use to wash with, the seasonings that you use on your food. Everything that you love is what you pay attention to. So if you don't have those extra energies sitting around, you will focus and see more of who you are, what you like, what's important to you, and what's not important to you by paying attention. You see, by you paying attention to it, these things are become more than just regular objects now. They become more like relics. You know, they say you could take 2 plants, or you could use some rice, cooked up rice or whatever, and you put them, the rice is in a bag and put it in your windowsill. The plants, you could just put them in your house or wherever, in the windowsill too. And if you write a note on one, I hate you, and you write another one, I love you, or you go every day to the rice and you say I hate you over one and say I hate you over the other, you will see one rice actually turn mildewy, messed up, while the other one, it never really spoiled, it just probably dehydrated. The same thing, one plant is going to die and wither away while the other one going to grow strong. You see, energy is not just in the environment, it's also in the words, it's also in how you project yourself mentally. And if you project these onto other energies, you cause an effect to them. It's a subtle effect. If you keep on writing it in words, it still is energy. So these are the energies that you have to get a control of and understand how they work so that you could alleviate them out of your life and out of your environment. So by you being able to put in just a positive energy in the environment, everything grows in unison and harmonics with nature, with the God energy that you're pushing out. And you can't think it's not. That's why I gave you the example of the flour and the rice. That's so you have full understanding of what's going on. So now, to make you fully understand now, this is all a part of a system. This system is designed automatically to help your body and to you to heal. But for you to heal and for you to actually feel these feelings, you got to take your relics, the ones that you think you pay the most attention to, and actually just use those only, because that energy that is pushing out is complementing what you believe, what you are, because it's like each one know already you're going to use this. I'm the one for this. But when you have too many choices, You have chaos energy, and when you have chaos, you can't think straight. Remember, I tell you, everything is mental. It's how you project it. But you first have to have the alignment for you to project it. Now, I'm going to really break down how this works real quick so you have a greater understanding of how this alignment is. Now, you see, a long time ago, they didn't tell us about like how the star system works, how it works in reference to your body, and our journey throughout the solar system and the Milky Way, how it affects your body. And everything does. You know, our prisoner, or they say the ones that govern us as far as our psychic system, what we're going to be, our destiny, our day-to-day life, is actually the zodiacs. And the zodiacs is the planets. So a lot of us, we think we're in control, but we're actually not. It's really under the zodiac signs that controls everything. So from back in the ancient of days, from Babylonian to the Chaldeans to the Zoroastrians, all of these people actually was worshiping the sun and the zodiac planets and the moon, and they personified them as actually peoples. Like the story of Jesus is no different from the story of the sun, and the 12 disciples is no other than the 12 zodiacs. So they have the story of the sun on the cross. That's January 21st. On January 21st, that's when the sun dies for 3 days and it stays to the furthest south. What is it? I'm looking at from my direction. That would be south, north-south. There'll be one time in a period where the sun is gone for 3 days. So when the sun now sits for 3 days in the most northern hemisphere, it starts its journey back south, heading towards us again. So they call this now the Passover, because the sun is literally passing back over us. And so you get this whole thing about Easter and Jesus coming back to see us and all this stuff. This is in reference to the sun coming back. It died. And so he was gone for 3 days and went to hell. So now when on the Passover, you also got it tied now to the story of Hercules and his story of how his hair started growing, the lion mane, the tribe of Judah. All of this now is in reference to summertime. With summer being when the golden locks of Hercules is long. It's also when Jesus is starting to do his teachings. All of these is in reference to the sun. So now, as it goes through the 12 signs of the zodiac, now it comes into the Virgin Mary. Virgo starts to fall. You know, that's also interpreted in Hercules or Samson as Delilah that deceives him because his hair get cuts now. And being that his hair get cut, it's like symbolizing the start of winter. You know, so he falls in this in Virgo. That sign is actually real. That's when we're going back into winter. And then it starts the journey now through Scorpio. Scorpio is interpreted as in the garden when Judas comes to give Jesus a kiss. That's the kiss of death. That's the sun in the month of, in the sign of Scorpio. So in the sign of Scorpio now, he goes and he's gonna be tried by Taurus. Not Taurus, Libra, the scale, the balancer. And so that's when he goes to court and he gets tried and everything. And that's the story in the battle when Samson pulled down the 2 pillars or whatever. And now you got him back up being found guilty and tried on the cross again. And you're back to December 21st to start the whole process all over. So that's how that whole thing goes. It's not actually a story. The 12 apostles is the 12 zodiac sign. And you see, in ancient times, the way they used to do it was, as far as the Arabics, who was the last governing body, you know, not just the Moors and everything, but actually we're talking the whole Ottoman Empire. They ruled under the signs of how the zodiac affected us through the precession of the sun. You see, the Earth tilts on an elliptical orbit that it's a 30-degree angle. And this 30-degree angle encompasses many algorithms, starting with seconds, and then minutes, and then hours, days, weeks, months, and years, all interacting into this algorithm that gives us a governing God for the hour, a governing God. We're going to call them, gods. Let's call everything simple gods, because they do have position as kings, princes, dukes, and demons or demions, or what we call Satans. You see, so all their positions was solidified more by the Essenes. The Essenes wrote it out in an angelic terms. So did the Chaldeans, the Zoroastrians. All of them, they had a key map of all these different planets and their planetary energy that they pushed on us that governed our life. It's like we have two bodies. Our soul is governed by a psychic system, and we have our regular body that's unconscious, that we act out what the soul and psychic system do unconsciously. That's why we get emotional, or they say the waters, you know, like here control the tides and the moon control it, and it controls the woman's menstrual, and it controls our emotional thoughts. So, but it also controls our destiny, what we do, and everything on the whole. We just acting it out. So through these spirits now, you have a governor for each hour. As the sun, Earth goes around the sun or through its mission, and then you have the angle it's in, the 30-degree angle that's going through for the month. That give you one governor, one controlling prince, you could say, an archangel, who have angels work under him for the week, for the hour. You know, you have Michael, Gabriel, Sariel, Raphael. Those is governors of the week. Each one governs for a different week. That's why each god, if you don't know, is a day of the week. Monday is lunar, for the moon. Tuesday is Trigger or whatever, the Norse god. Wednesday is Thor, you know, Wudan. Or no, that'd be Odin. Wudan is Odin. Thursday is Thor. Thursday and Indra and all that. You know, I'm not gonna break all this down because it's like I'm moving forward, and going back with information, it's not really good for me right now because I'm not sitting down writing a book. I'm just trying to stay forward. So with that in mind, all the days of the week, including Saturday, Saturn, and you know, Sunday is the sun. So we pray to these and don't see how we doing it, and worship these that and don't see how we doing it. And they have bad luck days because the Egyptians, they had everything set out for 360 days. And it somehow kept slipping on the procession, and it wasn't even. So they had to add 5 more days, which became known as like the God days, the 5 gods, where you got Horus, Set, Isis, what was his name? There's 2 more that not too many people know, but it's 5 of them all together. And these 5 now became the 5 extra days, or the 5 planetary bodies that governs us. And we're under them as the ones that occult use, or even Wicca magic. Everybody use them to do their special gifts. They're the ones that visit us at the 2:30, 5 o'clock hours to do whatever they're doing, their energy or their upgrade, or they're growing us. But people use them when they do their rituals. They summon the spirit at the hour of the day, and by the month they're in, they'll know all of them, who's who, and so they could call up on them. They work with like the tree of life, and the tree of life, what it is, in the daytime you have a cannabinoid system to the front that you see in the Sephiroth. It actually is this. With the Daf gate being here, once your Daf gate opens, it starts a whole process of your perception opening up. The Daf gate opens up through the Kundalini. Once the Kundalini activate down there, it starts the Shakti and the Shakti energy, which is really the Isis and Osiris energy, as it rolls around you like a snake. It wraps around your whole body. It's an invisible snake, actually, and you don't see it, which awakens you. And it connects to your pineal now. Once it do that, it opens you up to a portal, a wormhole to the parallel universe. Once you're in the parallel, everybody that is connected to your spiritual fractal body comes back to it. What they don't tell you is that your body isn't just made up of wow, this video, I'm just realizing that I'm fighting with the waves. I don't know if it's coming out, but let me move away. It's getting a little loud and it's really windy. I'm gonna continue this on the next one so that if anything, you hear something.